welcome to my channel. My name is Nelly. If this is your first time seeing my face, you're absolutely welcome to my channel. So please feel free, go through my channel, watch my videos, like my videos, leave your thoughts about my channel, tell me the videos you loved and the ones you didn't like. And also, if you've seen my face before and you've been watching my channel, thank you so much for always watching my channel, for always watching my videos. And if you haven't subscribed, please subscribe to my channel. Today's video, I want us to have a serious discussion. So before we continue, I would just want to ask that you get comfortable, get yourself a cup of tea or a cup of coffee. So I'm currently having hibiscus tea. So this is also known as Zobo or Fuleri. Coronavirus or COVID-19 has gone past avoiding China or boycotting China and Wuhan. It has become a global issue. Like, everyone is talking about it. Every time you turn on the news, the TV, that is what you see: the number of deaths, the number of new cases, situation reports regarding coronavirus. Italy so far has more deaths than even China. Although China is farther away from Europe than it is to countries in Western Pacific and Southeast Asia, but then Europe got hit, or Europe got more affected by coronavirus more than it did to Southeast Asia and Western Pacific. Because if we put together the figures from Southeast Asia and Western Pacific, it's less than the total number of confirmed cases of Europe only. So the million-dollar question on everyone's mind is, why is this so? Like, why is Europe more affected than countries around China? Some people argue that, well, Europe is more of a travel destination, so more tourists go to Europe than they do to countries in Southeast Asia and Western Pacific. And another school of thought is that China and some of these countries in Western Pacific are communist societies. As such, it was easy for them to follow the guidelines which was given by their public health officials. But so far, the only communist societies I know in this region I've mentioned are Laos, China, North Korea, and Vietnam. So how about the other countries that are around China that are not communist societies? I don't really think the fact that they are communist societies alone played an essential role in reducing the number of casualties and the number of confirmed cases. Maybe somehow it had a role, but I don't think that's the major reason or the major aspect why these figures are low. So the very first reason experts give for the fact that Italy, for example, has more deaths than China is that the patient-to-doctor ratio in Italy is very low. There are more patients than there are doctors attending to them. And I mean, that is just very understandable. If there are more patients and then there are less doctors, the very few doctors will be overwhelmed, and as such, they will not be able to carry out the roles effectively. So as a result of that, it will lead to deaths of some patients. And the final reason which everyone goes back to, which everyone talks about, is that Italy is the second country in the world with the highest population of old people. I'll be giving my unpopular opinions in this video. The reason why the number of confirmed cases in Japan, even though Japan is the country with the world's oldest population, is less than the number of confirmed cases in Italy, it's because of social interaction. There's no such thing as small talk. You meet someone on the bus, you meet someone on the train, everyone is on their phone with their earpiece on their phones, playing games or sending messages, doing things. No one talks to the other person. No one asks you how you're doing. No one wants to know where you're coming from. No one wants to interact with you. But take the example of Europe. You meet someone on the train, they don't know you, but people like small talk. People like to talk. In the process of talking, sometimes you exchange saliva, mistakenly, of course. Sometimes you might sneeze, and that's also sending out some fluid, which can also infect someone. But in Japan, there's no such thing like that. You get on the train, you get on the bus, you're on your phone, you're doing things. When you get to your stop, you get out, you don't talk to anybody. Another thing is that in Japan, no one ever invites you to their house. It was kind of strange for me when I first came to Japan, because no one invites you for parties, no one invites you for dinners, no one invites you for some time out with them at their houses. But contrary to in Europe, where people are so friendly. They invite colleagues over, they invite workers over. So it's very easy for those things to spread when there are big groups of people. The next thing is the way people exchange pleasantries in Japan as opposed to in other countries such as in Europe. For example, in Japan, there are those things like handshakes, there are no hugs, there are no pegs. The most people can do is to bow. But in Europe, for example, people have different ways of expressing greetings. People hug, people give each other pegs, people do handshakes, and as such, it's very easy for you to transmit diseases when you have body contacts like. So as a result of the fact that social distancing is practiced already in Japan, it was very easy for the disease not to spread so much within a short period of time. This video is not to scare anyone. This video is just to reinforce what your public healthcare officials are saying with regards to social distancing, because living in Japan, I've seen how social distancing is very important and how social distancing helps to limit the spread of such viruses and diseases. Please, let's be careful. Let's listen to what our public healthcare officials say with regards to social distancing. And if they ask us to stay at home for a period of time, please, let's just stay. It's just for a short period of time. And after that, all of this thing is going to go away. And also, let's keep praying. So thank you so much for staying tuned to this video. I know that it was a very long one, but if you stayed until this time, thank you so much for staying. What do you think about all what I said? Leave it down in the comment section below. In fact, let's discuss, let's chat, let's continue this conversation down below. And if you like this content, please give a thumbs up to this video. And also, if you haven't subscribed and you watched until this point in time, what are you waiting for? Please subscribe to my channel. So thank you so much for staying with me until the next video. Bye.